Welcome to the Cryptosphere. This is Cryptogenic coming at you. Today is Saturday, April 3rd at 11:01 a.m. here in sunny California. And we are looking at this Bitcoin chart today, and I want to say to you that there is evidence, and I believe there is ample evidence, that altcoin season perhaps has already started, but at the very worst case scenario is super close at hand. And looking at this Bitcoin chart, of course, I've kind of charted this. I see, diminishing returns on the RSI, as well as diminishing returns on each of these waves that's coming up. And it looks like there's got to be at least a temporary corrective pattern here for Bitcoin before it heads up to the top of its Fibonacci sequence there at $66,750. But if we come over here and compare the BTC Dominance chart with the altcoin market cap chart, what we're looking at here is bearishness in the BTC Dominance chart against bullishness in the altcoin market chart. We see this bullishness, this break out of this triangle here, and this break above this triangle here, and this bullish break in the MACDs here, and this price action here in the altcoin market chart. But then we see this break down here in the BTC Dominance chart. And if we simply create measured objectives based on the break of these triangles, we can see the altcoin market cap heading up to $1.14 trillion, which percentage-wise is going to move us up 51% from where we are right now. And that's a short-term move. Whereas we're looking at the Bitcoin Dominance chart, and the chart is telling us that we can expect about a 4.5% drop from where we are right now, or a 9.21% drop out of this triangle. So we're seeing a 40% increase for the altcoins and a 5% decrease for Bitcoin simultaneously. That's a very telling sign. Now, if we come over here, I like this chart here. Looking at this chart, it looks like an inverted cup that Bitcoin is making here. And I believe the support is going to be around between $53,000 and $54,000, probably about $54,000. But it looks like the price action is following this trajectory, as well as the RSI and the MACDs following this trajectory. We got a little bit of a bearish break here for Litecoin, broke down out of this wedge here, broke down out of this little continuum here. And it looks like we're going to revisit some of these lower levels. Probably, I would imagine the support is around $192. I don't expect it to break down much further from there. I've actually got a buy order at $197.40 that I set a couple days ago with our trading group. But Litecoin is strong. Litecoin is strong in the longer term. This is a longer term chart for Litecoin, and if you see it, the RSI is breaking above the trend here. Litecoin, this is a bullish pattern here, a bullish trajectory. I believe we're going to break above this and head towards $250. But in the short term, we've got just a little bit of bearishness. Worst case scenario on the daily chart is we check in with the 50-day EMA. And worst case scenario here I see on the 4-hour chart as we check in with this 200-day EMA. But either way, I believe Litecoin is going to bounce off these EMAs. It might go a little below this one, who knows, but I believe it's going to bounce and it's going to head bullish out of this. MACD's already turning bullish. Litecoin is very strong. I want to talk about two sleepers today, really under the radar. One of them is Zilliqa. If you're a hodler or higher in my membership groups, you know that I said a couple of days ago that I was going to put 100% of my take profit from Dent into Zilliqa. And a number of people asked me why that was. Looking at percentages, it looks like there's other assets that are further away from their all-time high. And Zilliqa is already at an this is an all-time high for Zilliqa, right? So Zilliqa's never been this high before. Zilliqa's all-time high is 21 cents. But Zilliqa is a sleeper. And, I bought it at 3 cents. So it's already, I'm already up 600% on it. But I see at least a $2 Zilliqa by the end of this year. And I think actually it's going to hit about $4. But in addition to that, you can stake it on the Atomic Wallet for 15% APR. You'll not only get more Zilliqa, but you'll also make governance ZIL. But I'm looking into, it was brought to my attention that you can also stake it on ZIL Pay, I believe it is. I'm working on that. I'm going to actually put out another tutorial on that. And you can get similar kinds of APYs as you get for staking Cake on Beefy. And speaking of Cake, look at this. It looks like it might be following this, just as I suspected, this kind of cup and handle pattern here. If so, it could go down to about $13. But I'm going to buy some more Cake very soon in the next couple days, because I see by the end of the year a $254 Cake. All of you know that I put out a video a couple days ago on how to stake Cake on Beefy for a 237% APY. That APY fluctuates, but the return is absolutely ludicrous. But this is the other sleeper, DGB. I've been expecting an impulsive wave for DGB for quite some time. I put a substantial portion of my T-Fuel profits into DGB, thinking about buying some more DGB, because I think I'm looking at least a $1 DGB by the end of this year. I know that sounds crazy, right? But I think DGB easily is going to break $1 by the end of this year. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, folks, this is just a quick update today to say that it looks like we're seeing increasing bearishness for Bitcoin and increasing bullishness for the altcoins. And that means that altcoin season is close at hand. And kind of the scenario that I see playing out in my mind is that BTC follows this trajectory, bounces off 54 to 50, 53 to 54,000, and then kind of turns around and heads up towards its final destination, which I see to be somewhere around $66,000. And then I think it's going to go into a deeper correction, but somewhere on the way here, somewhere in this process here, the altcoins are going to explode in here somewhere. And the decoupling effect's going to happen. So, you know, just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective, in terms of percentages, if Bitcoin goes down here and then goes up here, that's only 25%. I believe that in this area here, the altcoins are going to make multiple hundreds of percents. And then when Bitcoin hits this and goes into decline, Bitcoin could easily correct 50% from there. So, you know, whether that's the case or not, I do see this trajectory playing out here. I do see this happening here. But this is the reality that I'm looking at, folks. Regardless of what happens there, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a bearish Bitcoin chart and a bullish altcoin chart. Bearish for Bitcoin dominance and bullish for altcoin, for the altcoin market. Exciting, right? All right, much more to come next week. In the meantime, make every effort to sleep in peace every night, wake in joy every morning, and walk in love every day. This is Cryptogenic, signing out.